Good morning, everyone. It's Michelle and Greeley. I'm just saying good morning to you, and thank you for all your messages. I'm overwhelmed at the hundreds and hundreds of messages that have come through, and so this morning I'm making my Axio. I'm so excited. This is not a commercial. This is just what I'm doing right now. And if you guys would just continue to pray for my family. I have my own personal pain with my mama, and I am working through that. Her and I had a good relationship and a very off relationship, on and off my whole life. And so, I'm not going to act like everything was perfect, but in the end, my mom was sweet and kind. She was. And this is what I know is that I'm trying to get out of that light. When my mom died, all of the angst between her and I, and all of the hurt between her and I went with her. She's no longer suffering in any way. Her body is whole, right? That's biblically what the Bible says. Like, you get a new body, new mind, new everything. So my mom is healthy and whole, and there's no angst and strife and grief and tears in heaven. So I have to believe that I have to believe that my mom is okay, and she's probably watching us. She probably doesn't love it. She probably wants us to work through our pain together, not apart, but you can't control everyone else's stuff. You can only control yours. And yesterday I felt super, super alone and really struggling, and I needed to say goodbye to my mom. So Mom and I had bought a house together, and that didn't work out, and on her part or my part, and it didn't end well. And so we moved to a new place that was safe for us, and so we didn't leave on great terms, which I have to live with. And I had just recently sent her a birthday card and some brownies. She loved those brownies. And I just let her know she was going to be a great grandma. And I told her I was praying for her before the surgery. And she did acknowledge that she got my message, and she was very thankful. So in our way, we were working back towards reconciliation. And so that's the message I woke up with today is, most of you know my mom is this amazing, sweet, wonderful person, and she was. And, we all have closets of our life, and I will never throw my mother under the bus, but I had a relationship with my mom where I knew all of her, and she did not let many people see all of her. And so she got to be real and vulnerable and show up in life. And we didn't always do that part of life great, because it was hard to be one of the only souls that saw the hard part. And we have super high expectations for each other, and we would often let each other down. And we didn't always communicate great. And I think these are lessons that, I'm not the only family that has this. In fact, I've had lots of people, and my mom was awesome. And I'm super sad that, she passed. She was having surgery, and she didn't make it. But her wish was always to pass when she was in her sleep. And I have to believe that anesthesia was the form of sleeping she needed. And she didn't feel what happened to her body. And I have to believe that she wants us to be okay. Because we'll see her again in heaven. My mom and I talked about this a lot. And, you know, as far as family, we all move through grief in different ways. And I've just done it 8 times. So literally 8 immediate family members have died in my life. My tissue. And so I know the grief cycle. And I'm not saying I'm better at it, because that's not a great thing. But, you know, it's okay for people to be angry. And it's okay for people to be where they're at. And we just have to love each other, because the only way through to peace is through the pain. I'm like, it's easy to go around it. It's easy to avoid it. My mom loved my brother and I. My mom loved her brothers. My mom loved her nephews, nieces. My mom loved her grandchildren. Oh my gosh. My mom would have been an amazing great grandma. So some people are like, your mom was your greatest cheerleader. No kidding, she was. And the double-edged sword is also my greatest critic. So this is a different hurt than I've ever experienced before, and yet I know I'm going to be okay. Like, my mom would want me to go kick ass. She would. She would want relationships to be together. She would want people to not live in the anger of situations they weren't in. It's easy when someone tells you something and you're like, oh, that's wrong, I'm mad too. Well, you can live in anger, or you can say, I wasn't there, I don't know. You can choose love. And so today I'm encouraging you. I don't know what's happening in your life. You know, when I knew my mom was having this surgery, and I didn't run to her, because I always run to her. And I prayed about it really hard, and I got she's not ready for that. And she didn't want that. She didn't want me to run to her. So I reached out in the way I could, and I have to know that she knew I loved her, and I know she loved me, and that just has to be enough. And so for me, I'm choosing to move through the pain with my own pain that I need to heal from my lifetime with my mother. And I'm choosing to move through the pain with my current family that's, you know, just in the grief cycle. And it'll be okay. You know, at the end of the day, I have a mom that lived 75 years and 10 days. And just like you and I, the majority of those, she was an absolute blessing. And the days that she wasn't, it's called grace. So we get to choose what we hold on to, right? We do. We get to hold on to it. So when Tasha died, I saw this symbol in a store, and I bought it, and it's given me just a little bit of peace, because I didn't know what it meant. And it's talking about your chakras and your energy and what you allow into your world. And so this, and again, this is a symbol across the world for peace, this little thing. And I grew up in a Christian home, and, you know, they might be like, you can't have that. I think as my life has progressed, I'm very much still a Christian, but I believe that the body holds on to hurt and pain that needs to be healed. And so, you know, sometimes people get a lump in their throat and they can't speak. Well, that's a throat chakra. That's your voice. You need to say what's true for you. You know, your root chakra. Are you grounded? Do you have, you know, are you stable? There's your heart chakra. Can you fall into your heart, and can you love? And so I have, I've learned just a few things, and I know that God made this body, and I know he made it to be emotionally smart and emotionally connected. And when we're done with this body, guess what goes with us? Not the body, not the size, not the frame, not the shape, not the figures, not the fake parts, not the real parts. None of it goes with us. What goes with us is what's inside here, and that's the soul. And so the work that we're here for on this earth is to heal the things that have hurt us in this life. And the things that have hurt you will not be the things that have hurt me. And the things that hurt my mom will not be the things that hurt me. And, you know, I was telling my mom my earliest memory, and it's not a positive one. I think I was probably 4, and she was shocked that I knew it. And I mean, like, down to the nitty gritty detail. And she was embarrassed that I knew this memory. And I just told her it was okay, because that was my pain to work through. It wasn't her pain to work through. It was my pain to, like, do I trust people? You know, when people are angry and mean, like, do you still love them? Yes, you do. Do you allow it? No, you don't. And so that was my lesson. And so I wouldn't erase that, because otherwise I wouldn't have that lesson, right? So, yeah, I don't know. So I have to, you know, I've been processing this for a day, and I'm thankful for the family that has gathered with me, and those who haven't, I'm super sorry if you're mad at me, and I'm hurting too, and I love you regardless of, you know, what you think of me. I'm okay with me, and I'm not saying that my actions are always right, my words are always right. I'm way less than perfect, but through the grace of God, I am whole. And if we will move through the pain and not try and go around it, we can actually come to peace that passes all understanding. That is biblical. That is what we're called to do. And the journey there, super not fun. Thank you, Sean. So thank you, Anna. I haven't seen the rest of your comments, but guys, I'm just going to encourage you to, like, if you knew my mom, like, share your great memories with me, because, I want to remember her that way. I am working on my own inner demons of the voices, the things she called me, the names she said. And I'm like, you know, she didn't do it her whole life, but those times that she did, you guys have had people say something mean to you and you replay it over and over and over again. So I'm working on healing that. You know, we're a mom-daughter relationship. Mom-daughter relationships are some of the toughest relationships on earth. If you're a son, you know, I think it's different for mom-sons. But mom-daughter things can be tough. And I loved my mom, and my mom loved me, to the point that we would buy a house together and wanted to live there the rest of our lives, and that didn't work. And so we did something else, and it wasn't pretty, and I'm not super proud of that. But what I know is that my mom would want me to be okay, and she is going to show up, and she is going to help me, and in her own way, and she'll be there for all of the people who need her. And I don't know, so I'm taking the great parts of my mom, and I'm going to live those out. And you guys can be with me, you can be against me, I don't care. Like, I'm doing me here. So now, do I want connection and relationship and love and family and all that? Yeah, I do. But I don't know. I'm like, I'm going to take the family who loves me, the people who are here, the people who are showing up, the people who can hear my words and feel my heart. And those are the people that I have to lean into. And I do need lots of love. This one is so different than Tasha. Super hurting. And We want to honor her and love her and celebrate her. She was the best English teacher ever. Oh my gosh. Think of the hundreds and hundreds of students my mom taught. And my mom loved William Shakespeare. I got to talk about all the things my mom loved. She loved William Shakespeare. My mom loved jewelry. Oh my goodness. If you sold jewelry, my mom was at your table buying tons of stuff. My mom loved to read. My mom loved to watch movies. My mom liked drinking mimosas with me. My mom loved quiche, which is why we had quiche for Easter. You know, my mom, like I said, loved her kids and grandkids, and she, you know, had a few really good friends, and I'm super grateful. I almost fell off my rocker there. Super grateful for those friends. My mom loved playing cards. Oh my gosh, she loved playing cards. She played bridge every week, and my mom loved flowers. She loved butterflies. My mom loved birds. My mom loved nature. My mom was an excellent painter. Oh my gosh, her work was beautiful. So there's so many amazing things about my mom, and my mom could probably do the same of me and list all of the amazing things about me. And yet on the flip side of our same piece of paper, we could list things we didn't love about each other and the things we would change because we want the best for each other, right? Like my mom's intention was always wanting the best for me, and I get that. So guys, if you have one of those relationships that looks great, but it's really hurting, like maybe your whole life hurting, you're not alone, and you too can be okay. And just do what you can do every day to mend the fence and love deeper and speak kinder and forgive quicker and I don't know, all those things. But I don't know. You know, this family strife we're having isn't started with me. This is generations before me. And, you know, I've heard the stories, and I think the lesson is we just need to love each other. There's never, ever anything that can't be whole. And in the end, it all will be whole. So us holding on to stuff is just that, us holding on to stuff. So my dad and my sister have been like, and my son have been like, you need to let go. Well, I don't know how to let go, but I actually thought about that, and I was like, I do know how to let go of my hurt and anger and pain, and I do know how to drop into my heart, and I do know how to be love and light and passion and goodness and joy. I do. And I can't do that for anyone else. I can just do it for me. And so, yeah. So I need all your prayers. My family needs your prayers. And this one is just tough. I'm like, at least when Tosh died, we were together. This one, it's super segregated. And again, generations before me are segregated, not just me and my immediate family. My mom would want us to love each other, and it's okay, guys. Love, deeper than you know how. Move through the pain to peace, and yeah, let's, I don't know, but what I know is every bad story has a lesson in it, and if we don't learn it, it repeats itself, and you can't lean into whole and complete unless you work through the pain. So let's work through the pain. Let's, it might be ugly, but let's do it. So, yeah. So I'm choosing to be light and love and passion and joy and super imperfect, and that's okay. So I love you. 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 And please hold us that a miracle would happen in our family to bring us all together as one. And that may be over Zoom, but all together as one, loving this woman, Mary Linda Sly Halstead Schickty. Like, and she went by Lynn Schickty in the end of her days, but you know, she was all of those things, all of those names. They all come with a story. They all come with a path. They all come with decisions and choices, and I still love her. So, no judgment. Like, my mom, yeah, she's good. It's us who's not good. She's good. So, all right. Well, I've got an 8 o'clock call. I am working because I'm working slowly for my clients, and I'm just doing what I can to use the time because I don't have anything else to do. Like, there's no one else to be with. There's nothing to do. And so if I learned anything when I became single was I needed to learn how to be with myself. And this is just the first time I've had to go through massive pain by myself. Though I know I'm not by myself. I've got all of you and your prayers, and I've got, you know, my sister and my dad and some best friends and my son and daughter-in-law, like lots and lots of messages, lots of love. So I know I'm not alone, but physically I am alone. And my daughter comes back tonight. I'm grateful for that. Just to have another human soul to hug and love. And so maybe there are no more words. Maybe we just have to lean into the, I love you too, Anna. I love you, Charlene. Move into the part of life that isn't angry and isn't judgmental and isn't mean, and just be all of the great characteristics we want. So I think that takes effort to focus on what it is you want, not what you don't want. So I think that's, if you could do anything, focus on what you want. And what I want is peace and reconciliation. And I love my family. I mean, is your family perfect? Come now. We all have family. We're human. I do love every single one of them. So, and again, just if you're holding on to judgment, anger, you know, whatever, just look at that, evaluate it, and say, how can I release this and be loving and kind and whole? Like, Mom wants you to be whole. So, I love you so very much. So, if you guys think about me over the next, I don't know how long, just please shoot me messages, text, love, because it's super hard to be vulnerable. But that is my superpower that my mom loved about me, that I could just bear it all. I could show it all. I could, because, and you know why I do it? It's going to help other people heal. It's going to be something I teach my children, that I don't care what you think of me. What I care about is that we get to the lesson. And with that comes judgment, right? And I grieve differently than you grieve. And my calling in the world is to be a difference maker, not keep it all to myself and suffer. Like, if I can process it, I can help other people process it. And so I'm going to do me. And you get to do you, however that is. And just know I love you. And I hope you in return love me too. And if you don't, I know that my mother, some of my immediate family, friends, God, above all else, I know they love me. And that's enough. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I don't want to say goodbye to you guys because I feel like I'm with you. But the moral, move through the pain. Don't go around it. Don't avoid it. Move through the pain. and you can get to peace. So I love you. Have an amazing day, and rest in peace, my sweet mama's soul. And I can't wait to the day that I am called to be with you, and I get to sit at the right hand of the Father with my mother, my grandparents, my 2 daughters, which isn't often acknowledged, but, Hope was my first child that wasn't born. And Natasha's already in heaven. And I know in my heart that we were whole, and but yet so broken. So if you're broken but yet so whole, and you know your worth, like, hats off to you, love to you, celebration with you, like, it's okay. So being real is what life is about. And when I pass, if that's the only thing I'm remembered by is my realness and my authenticity to speak the truth when no one else wants to, because it hurts, guess that's what I'll be known for. Because if more people did that, we might actually heal. So, and quit hurting each other. So I love you very much. God bless you. Have an amazing day.